is the first step into rounding black people up and putting them in detainment camps here in Washington, D.C.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the show. We have a great one planned for you today, as always. But before we get started, I want to give a quick reminder for anybody out there that would like to sponsor an episode. The easiest way to do so would be through one of the links down below in the description. There is a super thanks link and a PayPal link. Of course, if you'd like to contribute and support the channel in another way, you can always go to the Idle Hands merch store, link is in the description, and pick up some official Idle Hands swag and look sweet in the process. All right, well, hey, let's get on to the rest of the show. Let's do it. All right, my friends, we are starting off with a meme. It has been, I think, a couple of days since we've done so. So let's jump right into it. It's about kangaroos. And I don't know about you, but I think something has changed about kangaroos in recent years. But let's get into it. Kangaroos are just deer who went to prison. Okay, yeah. Maybe let's see if we can see what they're talking about there. Okay, so there's a traditional deer. Looks very feminine. You know, no offense to the female deers, I guess. But let's see what they're talking about. Oh, yeah, that dude is pretty jacked. Now, like I was saying before, this kangaroo is definitely, the one on the right, is definitely not what the kangaroos look like when I was a kid growing up. Has there been some kind of weird new species of kangaroo, or have they been, like, the mad scientists down there in Australia been genetically altering? Because this thing almost looks like a human kangaroo hybrid. You know what I'm saying? Like, those shoulders and arms look, the upper area looks pretty human, kind of human. I don't know. It's those things look dangerous. Next, we have possibly, well, it's definitely the troll of the day. I'm thinking it's a good contender for troll of the week. It's kind of funny. Let's check it out. Yeah, so KFC tortures chickens, and the dude's just casually just chomping on a chicken leg right next to him. And the look on the protester's face it's priceless. The black dude behind him is like, yeah, I'm with you. I'm not exactly sure if this next clip is real or AI. I'm kind of leaning towards real, but in any case, it's going to bring a smile to your face. And that totally just rhymed, and that's pretty cool. Let me know what you think. Is it real or is it AI? I'd be really interested to know. It's always nice to pick up some words of wisdom, maybe have a little bit of a life mantra that we can go by. And this reminds me a little bit of what Kamala used to say about being unburdened by what was or has been or whatever. However, what this guy is going to tell us is actually a coherent thought, so it's pretty different.
I read something today that said, happiness is found in three things: letting go of what was, enjoying what is, and having faith in what will be. So simple.
I'm not a pilot, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen. All right, my friends, the moment has come. It is time for us to jump into that liberal pool of madness. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter The Lib Zone.
I had to cancel my vacation with my family
Okay.
because where we were going to go and vacation at,
Wow.
they have already stopped certain things of being able to be purchased with EBT. Well, because of this, that would mean I would have to buy the majority of my family's food out of pocket.
Wait a minute. You're on EBT, but you have enough money to take your family on a vacation? Wow, okay. That seems like that really shouldn't be possible, but okay, let's...
And that would dig into my money I have for fun things.
Fun things? Wait. So you have an EBT card. You are still able to go on a vacation with your family, and you still have money for fun things? Wow. Okay, lady. I think you're one of the primary reasons why this EBT thing needs to get overhauled, because obviously you're not suffering all that much.
So I had no other choice but to cancel the trip.
Oh boy.
My family is so sad about this, and so am I.
Oh.
I don't understand why people want to control what other people buy with their EBT. Like, how is it your business what I buy with my EBT?
Your EBT? Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that your EBT is paid by our TAX. Yes. Okay, that sounded a little bit better in my head, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I applied for food stamps because I literally can't live. I can't. My rent is so high. I applied for food stamps. I get the fucking card, and this is what it says.
Okay.
Approved. The first month you will receive $0 in NJ SNAP benefits, which covers the period 7/31/25 to 7/31/25. After that, you will receive $23 in SNAP benefits for each month until your certification period ends.
Okay.
That just really pissed me off because I got really happy because I haven't heard back from the office. I didn't know if I was approved or not. I open it, I get the card, I'm calling them, I'm really excited, hoping I have at least $150 for a month worth of groceries because I literally can't afford it.
Literally.
I'm literally fuming right now. And they give me $23 a month. I might as well just cut this shit in half and not use it.
Wow.
What the actual shit is that? $23? Go f*** yourself.
Wow, talk about ungrateful. I don't know how the whole process works with the EBT food stamp thing, but it sounded like from what you read is that she'll be getting that $23 only through the certification period, which, again, I don't know how long that is. It didn't sound like it would be that terribly long, maybe a month or two or something like that. But then after that, it sounded like the full benefits would kick in and it would be substantially more. So, wow. Again, people like this, if you're not grateful for what you have, maybe you should just not have it entirely to begin with. Give it to somebody that would appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? They comes out and say Chicago was the safest since 1964.
Yeah, he's talking about the Governor Pritzker and Mayor Johnson from Chicago. Just so you have context of what he's talking about. Okay.
Chicago is, and I'm just looking and I'm from Chicago.
Me too.
Man, look.
Well, I mean, not downtown. I was in the suburbs where it was pretty safe.
Listen, the streets ain't safe. What you mean? That's one thing I can't agree with the Democrats on. The streets is not safe.
And just to, again, give you a little context, he, in the very beginning of this video, which you didn't see, he states that he is a Democrat. So
you got these little ones running around with Dracos and drums and, you know what I'm saying?
I have no idea what he's talking about. The only Draco that I know of is from Harry Potter, but I'm sure that's not what he's talking about.
Having they way Hellcats, they flying masks,
Again, Hellcats, I have no idea what he's talking about. I don't think that's... I have no idea what he's talking about. But and if somebody has a clue out there what he's talking about, please let me know. Be Be interested.
They got the Nike Techs on. You know what I'm saying? They doing anything they want. They robbing old people for cars and they doing all type of stuff. Yeah. It's almost like a Grand Theft Auto, but in real life. No, I think he do need to bring the troops through. Yeah, the troops need to come through because we ain't understanding nothing as people. We're not understanding nothing in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to keep moving the same way. Nah, bring them National Guards down there, G. And see if niggas want to slab with Dracos and drums and see if they want to do
that. I'm assuming that's a slang for a type of gun or something, but I don't know. Maybe it's an actual name of some type of weapon out there. But again, okay.
I know I ain't want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm staying out the way.
Here's another resident of Chicago, and she is being interviewed by CNN, and they are desperately trying to get an answer that really enforces their narrative that Donald Trump is a dictator, and it's pretty safe in Chicago, but that is not the answer that this reporter gets.
My first reaction was that this is a good thing. I think that the governor as well as the mayor should be on board with it just so we can get a bit more of security in Chicago the way that we need.
The crime has dropped since 2024. Do you feel like the city feels safer?
No, not at all. No, especially with the police being defunded.
If Black Lives Matter, how come in the past 11 days since President Trump has federalized the D.C. Metro Police, no black individual has been unalived?
Now, I did hear today, as I'm recording this, that there has been the first murder in D.C. since this whole takeover has occurred. Now, there was no specification on if it was a black person or a white person or an Oriental person or whatever. But there has been another murder that has occurred in D.C. since this has happened. But, my goodness, one murder in 12 days, 11 days, that's pretty miraculous if you ask me.
I'm going to say that again. How come in the past 11 days, no black person has been unalived?
Yeah, still impressive.
In D.C. since President Trump has taken over the D.C. Metro Police.
Yeah.
There's a stat that says in the past 7 years in D.C. that black people are 112 times more likely to be unalived than white people.
I wonder what the stat is in Chicago. It's got to be like 450 million times more likely, because there's a shooting literally like every 3 minutes in Chicago. It's crazy.
So if Black Lives Matter, the left, Democrats, progressives, how come you all are not celebrating that no black person has been unalived in the past 11 days in D.C. since Trump took over?
That is an excellent question, sir. And I believe the answer is because they're all grifters. They're all race grifters. And they don't care about black lives. They only care about keeping the gravy train going, if you know what I'm talking about. Which you should, because that was pretty straightforward.
Hey, how are you? Okay, excuse us. Excuse us. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Excuse us.
Did I do it right? I don't know if I did it.
What?
I don't know if I did it right. Did I do it right?
Wherever you feel that you may want to express yourself. There's a First Amendment right to burn the American flag. The Lord Jesus in that house right there signed an executive order today saying that it was illegal to burn the American flag. No president can make a law, period. No Congress will make a law infringing on First Amendment rights. I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in that house.
Ah, jeez. This guy's a moron.
Do this for every single one of you American citizens. We burn this flag in protest to that president who feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law he wants. That President Trump put forward today. According to that executive order, I should be in prison right now serving 1 year.
Oh, just wait just a second.
step with the...
And there's the money shot. It would be really interesting to see, have a follow-up for that guy to see exactly what happens to him if he actually goes to jail for 1 year. Because I believe the caveat to get around the First Amendment rule was that they had to be inciting violence in conjunction with burning the flag. So I don't know if he quite got to that level, but I don't know. They might be able to spin it in a certain way.
I'm gonna rant about what it's like being the liberal of the family. I'm the only one
That's retarded.
who corrects anything that these people say. Last night, my mom was talking to her grandson, my nephew, and she started by saying, "Hey, so you're Oriental friend?" And I go, hey, and I'm like hitting the table in front of her. And I'm like, you can say Oriental for things, not people. It's a slur when you use it for people.
You know, I grew up in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. And yeah, you could call people Oriental. It was not a thing. And honestly, I don't think it's a real thing nowadays. But I remember when I was in school up in Vancouver, and I was sitting with this friend of mine who she was a person of interest. We never dated or anything, but I would love to have. But one night while we were sitting down in front of a store downtown Vancouver, we were talking about something. I don't even remember. And I mentioned an Oriental person. I said an Oriental person. And she completely freaked out. And this is really the first time that I had been introduced to like this whole woke liberal garbage and their way of thinking. And I was just like, what are you talking about? And she had this exact same argument that this young lady is having. It just kind of blew my mind. I was like, really? You can't say Oriental? You're offended by that? Like, really? Okay, anyways. Oh my gosh, let's see what other gems this beauty has to give us.
And she's like, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she was probably like, oh okay, just calm down. Oh, actually, she might have, because you probably fly off the handle over literally anything.
She was in trouble. And then, not 12 hours later, my nephew's out here. We're all talking, and he does this motion. And I'm like, no, you don't do that.
Wow, and you don't do this to people, because that's pretty rude. And doing this, I'm sorry, but again, it's the Gen X thing. It's no disrespect, really, but that's kind of how you... Look, I did it. And honestly, I still do it every once in a while. But it's not to be mean. It's just an expression. But anyways, this lady's completely offended. And I guess if any of you are offended, then I might do this for some reason. I don't know what to tell you. But I am who I am, so...
That's a dog whistle for eugenics.
For eugenics. Okay, first of all, it was never a dog whistle for eugenics. I didn't even know what eugenics was when I was like in junior high or high school. Give me a break. It is not connected with eugenics, okay? It just means something stupid. Okay, that's all it means. It just means it's stupid. It's just another... It's a action... What? How would you... An actionable way of saying retarded, I guess, without having to say... Anyways, you know what I'm talking about.
And then I had to do a half-hour conversation on what eugenics are to these kids.
Half hour? Do you think these kids even care what the crap eugenics is? No, they do not. And they probably still don't.
You have to indoctrinate them young.
Oh, there it is. That is the quiet part out loud. You have to indoctrinate these kids early. Indoctrinate. Not educate. Not teach. Not instruct. Indoctrinate. That is the key word there, my friends.
With these things, you know?
Yeah. We know.
Nobody told me these things.
because those things didn't exist when you were younger.
And then my nephew also jokes to his sister about her being black. They're Mexican. But he will call her black if she's gotten tanner than him. Like her skin's getting darker because she's getting tan. And I'm like,
okay, so she says that she's black, or he says he's black. She's whoever she's talking about, this chick. It doesn't matter. Like, if I had a friend that got considerably darker during summer because they laid out all day long, now I probably wouldn't call him black, but I might say, wow, you got really black over the summer or whatever, you know, because if, you know, depending on the shade or whatever, you're not calling him the N-word or anything. My gosh, lady, you know what I'm saying? These people suck the fun and the normality out of everyday life.
Like, you can't joke like that, because that is a dog whistle for racism. Because when you say that she's black in a way that's inferring that it's infuriating.
Inferring? Infuriate? What did she say? Infuriating? I don't know. Okay.
Because her skin is darker than yours, that's a dog whistle for racism.
No, it is not, because you're stupid.
And like, I'm having to teach these kids all of these things that they can't say because it's not right. But then it's making me realize nobody taught me these things when I was a kid.
Because it wasn't until I got into college that I was indoctrinated into this ideology of stupidity, okay?
Nobody corrected anything I ever did. Anything was free game because nobody cared.
Because it wasn't an issue.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, these are all the things that I'm having to unlearn as an adult, and I'm trying to teach them young so that they don't grow up and realize all of the behaviors they exhibited were out of internalized bigotry. And
And the thing is, she is sitting there so confidently that she is absolutely correct in all of her worldviews. That's the sad thing, because she is not.
I'm trying to get them to unlearn these things at an earlier age than I had to.
Unlearn what? There's nothing to unlearn yet. They're not, they don't know anything about bigotry and all this stupid stuff.
And yes, that does involve correcting your parents, unfortunately.
No,
and it does
mean that I'm not going to be invited to any kind of family activities in the future because nobody wants to be around an insufferable Karen. Yeah, exactly.
Make the mood heavier. Because when you do it, everybody will quiet down. Suddenly, everyone's like afraid to talk because they're like, oh, I'll be corrected if I say the wrong thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're a Debbie Downer.
But if that means you have to be quiet because you don't know what you can say, then you probably don't know very much.
If I see one more video saying, if you love your kids, come here the right way, do it the legal way. If you want a good life, do it the legal way. Make the choices the legal way.
Yeah.
Do you know what it must take, what situation you must be in to make the decision
to break the United States law by entering into the country illegally?
To leave behind your job, your friends, your family,
right?
Everyone you know, everything you know, and know that when you go, you won't be able to come back.
What? You're not being exiled. I mean, you're sneaking into the United States, but you're not being exiled from Mexico by doing so, lady.
You're not going to be able to see them again unless something really drastic changes for you.
Like, you earn enough money that you can comfortably live back in Mexico? What are you talking about?
And you still make that decision because you know it is the best option for the future of your family and for your kids. To all of you saying, do it the legal way.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Bro, they trying to make me clean all these dishes back here by myself.
Do I have to get all this done in time?
Yes, ma'am. By 12 o'clock.
By myself?
Yes, what the hell you think you apply for?
What happened if I don't?
You fired. What do you think you apply for the job for? You crying for it. Do the issue.
In all seriousness, do you think she had the mental capacity to do that dishwashing job? It sounds like maybe she doesn't. Because being tasked to do the dishes by a certain amount of time shouldn't make you have a complete mental breakdown.
We are in the early stages of a legitimate civil war.
Oh, okay. Cool.
There are people out there
who
support what is happening. Not just that they're blinded and they need to hear the truth. They know what's happening and they fully support it.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about me? Because I'm pretty sure you're talking about me.
Those are not the people that we are trying to reach. We are trying to wake up.
Okay.
Those are the people that we need to write their name down on a list.
Oh,
we're over here tracking who the helpers are, making a list of community support networks, building structure so that we can rely on each other.
Okay.
But we cannot forget to identify who is working with the enemy.
Oh, wow. Have you ever heard of that the thing in World War II? It was over in Europe. What was it? Oh, yeah, it was when the Germans made that certain group of people wear a yellow badge. Did that sound familiar to anybody? Because I'm kind of getting that kind of a vibe from this creepy lady.
That is important to do right now at this stage in your local community.
Yes.
You need to know. And I'm not saying this is a left versus right thing. This is not a political thing. I'm
pretty sure you are, though.
Not care what party you are. There are people on both sides who do not stand for this. But there are true atrocities happening. And we have soldiers.
What are you talking about in the United States? Atrocities? By President Trump. Okay, what are they?
Being deployed into our cities.
Oh, like Hochul deploying the National Guard into the subways of New York last year? Like that? Is that what you're talking about? Okay.
Now is the time for those of us who are aware to start tracking this data. It is vital.
To our Nazi party. This lady. Okay.
Write their name down. Know who they are. That's how we keep our community safe.
Yes.
Make a list.
Yes. Yes, if you see something, write their name down. I think it's a nice little twist on if you see something, say something, like to the authorities, but I guess in this case, the authorities are going to be the new version of the brown shirts, so I don't know, maybe that's a lot worse. Jeffrey James says, would be the most boring, lopsided civil war of all time. Yes, it would be. Damaris Duna says, it works both ways. Don't worry, we know you. And of course it helps that you make these videos and upload them to social media, so really we just need to scrub TikTok and Instagram and we'll find all of you.
I said MAGA won't step foot in my city without a police armed escort, and the ex-police chief said, I'm already here. So that tells you, well, how my city police is.
Am I the only one that doesn't care about the ICE raids? Listen, I understand that people are struggling right now and they're getting put out of their homes, but I mean, they knew about this before it happened. Trump gave them a timeline to leave. He offered them a ride home, and they still didn't leave. So.
And don't forget about the cash incentive. That was also on the table.
I mean, what's he supposed to do about that? And the thing that's even more crazy is that the previous administration was in there, and they were doing the same thing.
What? What? What do you mean? That Biden wasn't trying to get anybody out of the country. He's trying to bring everybody into the country. So I'm a little lost on that statement, my friend.
So what's the difference? I'm sorry, but you just cannot make me feel sorry for these people. They need to really have some accountability themselves and realize that, hey, if you're not here illegally, you got to leave.
No, you know what? Everybody in my comments, you're absolutely right. You're right. The National Guard walking around Chicago with U.S. military rifles is the answer.
Actually, totally is the answer. Although you're being sarcastic about it.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Fight the criminals with military rifles.
Wow, imagine that. Fighting the criminals with superior firepower. What difference is that gonna make?
Right? Create an unnecessary bloodbath. The answer couldn't possibly be affordable housing.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Oh, well, yeah, affordable housing would take care of all the shootings that happened in Chicago. There wouldn't be one. Wow, this woman is very intelligent. She's really thought this through.
Or rehabilitation facilities, or mental health centers.
Of course, if there were more mental health centers, you'd probably be in there than making this video.
Or here's something else. Ding, 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 ding. Why don't we use our funding for raising minimum wage? Those aren't answers, though, right?
No, that totally isn't, because then you'd actually be putting a lot more people out of work who then wouldn't be able to afford housing, which then, would make more crime. So...
No! It's the National Guard and U.S. military rifles!
Yeah. Right. They also have, like, sidearms. They don't just carry around rifles, but... No.
Right? There's more than one way to skin a cat, folks. And you people...
Please don't say we're the cat. Please don't say we're the cat.
Are... Ooh. Damn, y'all are some sheep.
What did you say?
What? Wait, so you're about to make an analogy of skinning a cat and then you switch it over to sheep? Nobody says there's more than one way to skin a sheep. Nobody says that ever in the history of mankind.
It's not gonna happen anyway. Nobody's showing up to Chicago. This ain't D.C. like I said.
I think they are going to show up in Chicago. In fact, I think they're going to end up showing up in a lot of cities. And we're going to see a huge cleanup in a very short amount of time. A drastic drop in crime in those cities. And it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it in Chicago, personally, coming from Chicago.
Trump could do that. It's D.C. He's not doing that in Chicago.
Well, it looks like CNN is up to their old tricks. They are just begging for another slander lawsuit to be filed against them. Let's see what they have to say this time.
Quickly, Abby, because anytime that we play something from Stephen Miller, it would be journalistic integrity to point out that he is a white supremacist and he is the brainchild behind this policy. That's not my opinion. That's actual facts. And for him to purport lies from the Oval Office as a white supremacist,
I don't know.
It should be pointed out.
Look, aspersions.
It's reporting. Washington Wall Street Journal's own reporting.
I want to address what he's...
Apparently, President Trump had a cabinet meeting today that went down in the record books for how long it lasted. And but it was nice to see that there was a moment of brevity amongst all the seriousness.
Mr. President, first of all, everyone's made this comment already and needs to be echoed again. You were elected as the president of working Americans, and that's why this Labor Day is so meaningful. For me personally, this is the most meaningful Labor Day of my life as someone with 4 jobs. And so... It's true.
Up next, we're going to be hearing from Russell Ellis, who is a fake activist and a Democratic shill. He's talking about what's going on in D.C. and the horrible National Guard.
All right, so now we see these 3 National Guard members do have their 9mm pistols on their hip. So here you have it, the armed National Guard. Now, what is National Guard going to do with their pistols? Who the knows? Because you can't turn it on American citizens, right? So you've literally armed our guard for no reason. This is just asking for escalation.
But how is it going to escalate if they're not allowed to pull their firearm on an American citizen?
This is just asking for something to go wrong. You know, when I was in the Army, negligent discharges happened all the time. So how many of these National Guard who are not used to having their M9 on their hip going to ND in DC? We don't know. This is absolutely irresponsible. This is absolutely misuse of our service members. And this is just to intimidate the American people. Our American military is not here to intimidate its own people, but that is how they're being used.
We believe that the National Guard and the military occupation is the first step into rounding black people up and putting them in detainment camps here in Washington, D.C. and around the United States of America. We believe that.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
It's time for Dave's Detox. Wow. Okay, I've got a tunnel going into their doghouse? Okay. Sure. Oh no! Oh, nice. Yeah. Man, dogs are cool. Oh gosh. That's like right in the baby's mouth. Glad the baby likes it. That's pretty nasty. The cat. Oh no. What? Cat's like, what are you doing? Stop singing. Just please. That's funny. What?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Get it! Get it! Get it!
All right, I'll get it. I'll get all of it.
Yeah.
It's gonna love you to death. Can be dangerous. Oh, we have a guard cat this time. Nice. Like, stop it. Stop touching the rails. Just back away. All right, my friends, that is it for today's episode. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for all those that subscribed today, and for those that hit that like button. It really, really does make a difference with the algorithm. And also for all those that shared, because that just, well, it kind of bypasses the algorithm altogether. All right, well, until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated, and until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.